Hi, this is Andy Black. In this video, you'll learn how to use the Google Keyword Planner to find the buying and info-seeking search terms that visitors are going to be using when they hit your website. The buying search terms are ones that people are using when they arrive at your website with either a credit card in hand or their phone in hand looking to ring somebody. And the info-seeker search terms indicate that somebody's arrived with a cup of coffee in their hand because they're just doing research or they're just looking. The quickest way to get profitable with Google Ads is to make sure that all the visitors to your website have buying search terms to start with. Once you're profitable with the buying search terms, you can then try and figure out how to get profitable with the info seeker search terms. But at the beginning, you don't want to spend your money getting people who are not looking to buy to your website, especially when there are people looking to buy. You get those to your website first, get profitable, figure out how to get profitable with the other guys. To use the Google Keyword Planner, you're going to need a Google Ads account. If you haven't got a Google Ads account, it's pretty simple to set one up. I've just created a brand new Gmail account. I've just logged into it. Then you go to Google, search for Google Ads, click on the first listing. That takes you through to here where you can actually start now, create a new Google Ads account. I've created one. I've stepped through the process of adding my billing details because Google wants your credit card details before they let you use Google Ads at all and before they allow you to use the tools. Now that I'm into the account, I'm going to switch to expert mode, campaigns. I'm going to click on here, edit, and I'm going to remove that campaign. So I created a brand new Google Ads account, created a campaign. It's talked you through creating a campaign, what's called a smart campaign. I added my billing details. I then switched to expert mode and deleted that campaign. So there are no campaigns in this account now and nothing's going to run. I'm not going to incur any ad spend. They wanted me to spend a minimum of €3.29 a day. I've now removed that. I want to use the tool. I don't want to be paying money. To open the Keyword Planner, we're in expert mode, click on Tools and Settings, and then go to Keyword Planner. If you've already got a website or you're doing Google Ads campaigns for a client, then you could put the website into here, or you can actually point the Google Keyword Planner at competitor websites as well and find out what keywords Google thinks are related to that website or even to specific pages. This is a law firm in Dublin. And I click on Get Results, and we can find out all the different search terms that Google thinks are related to this immigration lawyer in Dublin. This can be quite handy to find out what keywords somebody's page is optimized for, or Google thinks is most relevant for that page. It can also be a good starting point to find out what keywords Google thinks are related to your particular website. If I have an idea of what search terms I want my ads to appear for, then I may start with keywords and enter them in here. I've entered immigration lawyers Dublin and click on Get Results. And we can see this is the search term that we entered, targeting Ireland. We've got this nice warning that our ads aren't running because everything's removed, which is good. We've got immigration lawyer Dublin, that's the one that we provided, and it's saying there's between 100 and 1,000 searches per month in the whole of Ireland for that search term, that exact match keyword. Google thinks it's between 82 cents and €2 to be at the top of the page, but I take that stuff with a pinch of salt. What Google's also done is given us all these other search terms that it thinks are related. Immigration solicitors Dublin. It's interesting how close these are. They all have Dublin in them. So what we can do is just add that one in and see what the results will be with this. Immigration lawyer, similar immigration solicitors, immigration lawyer near me. That's useful if they're in Dublin when they do that search. It's not so useful if they're in Cork or Galway, other ends of the country, and do that search. Immigration attorney, that would have lower search volume because in Ireland, people don't call them attorneys, they're more solicitors or lawyers. But we can see there's a lot more search terms now. And in fact, how many have we got? Go to the bottom, 483 search terms. We can download all these into Excel and maybe have a look at them in Excel and edit them, or maybe send them to the client to get confirmation about which of the keywords or search terms they want their ads to show on. If you're an immigration lawyer in Dublin, then one of the best search terms that indicates somebody's looking to contact you would be immigration lawyers Dublin. Now, people within Dublin might be typing in immigration lawyers on its own, and some of them are likely to be looking for an immigration lawyer. But they could also be doing research to find out what an immigration lawyer does. It maybe is a student doing a project or something. But if they type in immigration lawyers and have the word Dublin next to it, then they're much more likely to be looking to call a local service business. And this is where I'll often use the filters and try to find all the keywords that contain Dublin. So now we can see that there's less of them. We've got immigration solicitors Dublin, that's got 100 to 1K, immigration lawyer Dublin, 100 to 1K. low competition for that. I don't really trust these metrics about how competitive it is, or even like how much you should be bidding to be at the bottom of the page or the top of the page. If you actually want the data for this, then you really need to run an AdWords campaign itself. Another little trick I use sometimes is to use the near me extension. So people will look for restaurants near me, immigration lawyers near me, electricians near me. If I change the location to the United States, so I got rid of Ireland, change it to the United States, and I type in immigration lawyers, then Google is going to give us a lot of related search terms that it thinks are related to immigration lawyers, and we can add a filter that the keyword text has to contain near me. And this gives you a clue for the kind of phrases that people type in, where if they're within your town, that indicates they're looking for an immigration lawyer near me. So like you've got immigration law office near me. Would people be searching for that, trying to find your phone number if you're an immigration lawyer in that town? So you could run a campaign so that people only within a certain radius of your office who have typed in that search term see your ad. What you'd also want to do is look through all these search terms and see which of them are applicable to you. So immigration lawyer near me, if you're an immigration lawyer in that location, they're within 50 miles, 30 miles of your office, then brilliant. You might want to show for that. Best immigration lawyer, yes, you'd want to show for that. Immigration attorney, that's interesting. They don't just look for a lawyer, they look for an attorney. And law firms, immigration law firms, Indian lawyers near me, asylum attorney. You might not want to show for asylum attorney or asylum lawyers. Free immigration, right? You don't want to show for free. So this gives you an idea of negative words. You don't want to show for free. Maybe you don't want to show for asylum. Maybe you don't want to show for cheap either. And then we've got immigration consultants. So immediately looking at this keyword planner with the near me extension, we can see that we might want to show for immigration consultants, immigration lawyers, immigration attorneys, immigration law office. What else have we got? I have no idea what H1B is. Good immigration lawyers, yeah. Canadian, right? So you might want to add Canadian as a negative if that's not what you do. Naturalization, I don't know how different that is from immigration. Family, local, right? So there's all sorts of search terms, and Google's sort of showing us how many searches a month in the whole of the US are exactly that search term. If you were to bid on lawyer near me without the DESI, whatever that means, then you might show for a lot of different search terms. Like I said before, a keyword is actually a set of search terms. The set of search terms that you will show for will depend on the keywords you're bidding on and the match type that you use. In many ways, you want to restrict the set of search terms that you can show for so that you don't show for things that you don't mean to show for. But we can see immediately that just typing in immigration lawyers and ensuring that keyword text contains near me means we get quite interesting and related search terms that you, if you're the immigration lawyer, could search through and go, yes, these are good. No, those aren't good. These are going to be negative words. Or you could send this to your client and they go through it as well. This link here, download keyword ideas, is very handy because you can download all the data into Excel and then start categorizing the keywords, even sending that list to the business owner if you're like a marketing person in a company, and get the business owner to fill in a column and say which ones are good and which ones are bad and which ones are super excited about. This is all part of the keyword research process where you find out what people are searching for on Google, but you as a business owner, or if you're the agency, you find out from the business owner which of those search terms are actually interesting. Google's got a lot of information in its database about what search terms it thinks are related, but we don't necessarily want to show for all of them because sometimes those visitors with those search terms are not looking to buy what you're selling. That download keyword ideas button is very, very handy to get all that information into Excel so then you can process it and do other things with it. And in a later video, I will show you how I would process and categorize some of these keywords to kind of group them together. We can see even just scrolling through this, they had asylum and other words. It would be nice to group together all the ones that had asylum in them and all the ones that had naturalization in them and just see collectively what the volume was, and then also maybe how many different sub variations there are for like asylum seekers. But what if you're not a local service business and you're selling a product online on an e-commerce store or something like that? Then the near me trick is not going to help you to find the buying search terms. Let's say you're selling turmeric capsules in a little bottle or something. Then people typing in turmeric on its own, 100,000 to 1 million a month in the United States who just type in turmeric, you probably don't want to get your ad in front of those people. The very fact that they just typed in turmeric on its own means they're probably looking for information about the root or the supplement. And if they type in these other related words, keywords, again, they're not looking to buy yet. Okay? These are information seekers. Turmeric powder, if you're selling a powder, supplements, tablets, those kind of extensions, powder, supplements, tablets, those would indicate somebody's looking for a product. Those people are possibly still doing research, but they're much more likely to purchase a tablet, a turmeric tablet that you're selling, than somebody who's just typed in turmeric. So what you can do here is add in keyword text of tablets, enter capsules, maybe in powder, apply, and then it's going to show for any one of those. And then we're only going to see ones that contain any of those three. So powder, tablets, powder, powder again. Ideally, do a bit more research to find what other related things there are. Tablets, capsules, powder, pills, bottles, whatever. And then again, you end up with this really interesting list of much more buying related search terms that you can scroll through. And how many have we got? 53. So not loads, but you could possibly again download that into Excel and analyze it, and then come back to the keyword planner and start typing in other things. As you sort of follow your nose, make sure you use this filter to try and filter things as you zone in. And then you download all that data and add it to Excel again, add it to the same big file, and then potentially process it later, or pass it to the client, or pass it to your boss, and we'll analyze it another day. So there you have it. The Google Keyword Planner is free, so long as when you go into the Google Ads account, you remove the campaign that you created. And it's a great tool for business owners or marketers to find out what people are searching for on Google. And it can help you to find the buying search terms versus the information seeker search terms. And the buying search terms are the ones that you want to show for first if you want to get profitable the quickest. One of the main tips from the video is to realize the difference between a search term and a keyword. The Google Keyword Planner is confusing us a little bit. The results it's given us back are exact match keyword. Those are search terms. Those are what people type into Google. A keyword is what we put in the account. It's super important to understand the difference between a keyword and a search term. If you're doing SEO, then yes, it's a keyword. If you're a Google Ads person, then what people type into Google is a search term, and the keyword is what we bid on, and it matches a set of search terms. And we want the set to be pretty tight and to be the buy. Okay, I hope that video helped. In the next video, we'll go through the Google Ad Preview tool, which will help us to find good and bad ads from competitors so that we can either model them or avoid what they're doing.